All right, thanks very much, Tony. Well, if you want someone to root for at next month's Miss America pageant, you might think about Miss Utah, Amy Davis. By all rights and in all probability, she shouldn't actually even be at the pageant. She has an extraordinary story, and she's joining us this morning, sitting at the piano for reasons that we will explain in just a moment. But it's nice to have you here.
Thank you so much, Charlie. It's good to be here.
Now, 4 years ago, almost to the day, you're a cheerleader at Weber State, right?
Yes, Weber State University.
Right. And you're practicing one of the stunts with your partner. And it's the stunt where, well, you show me what you were actually going to do.
Sure. It's a one-man stunt,
Right.
And it was called a walk-up basket toss toe touch. So I would face toward my partner, and I would grab his shoulders, and I would put my foot in his hands. And as we push up, if you have the right timing, you go up about 15 to 20 feet. So in the air, I did a toe touch. I come down on an angle to have a softer landing. I go over his head in the meantime, and he said I wasn't there. So in turn, my head, he caught my legs.
Yeah, he's supposed to turn around and catch you, and he turned around and you weren't there. And as you came down, he grabbed your leg and you slammed your head on the ground, right?
Exactly.
And it was a real serious brain injury.
It in turn caused me to have a fractured skull and internal bleeding, so it was diagnosed as a severe concussion.
For a number of weeks, you don't remember anything?
Nothing.
And when you came out of it, some impairment? Because doctors weren't sure you were going to live or even walk normally after that, right?
Exactly. They told my parents as they arrived on the scene that I might not live, and if I did, I wouldn't be able to lead a normal life. They also told my parents that I might not play the piano or the violin again. Because
the piano and the violin, very dear to you.
Very, very dear.
All right. So tell me what kind of impairment did come out of this?
When directly after my injury, having no recollection of the accident, felt I was okay to go back into school. I was very dedicated and motivated, but as I did this, I realized, you know, my life was not the same as it was. I was going to be faced with challenges that I never would have had imagined dealing with.
The cylinders, to use an automobile analogy, the cylinders just weren't hitting as fast.
Exactly.
And you did have some cognitive problems at the beginning?
I had cognitive problems, which are very common in a brain injury, as well as emotional trauma. Because my frontal lobe was bruised, this is a very big part of your brain that's in control of your emotions and your executive skills. Well,
now there are ways that they can approach with therapy and whatever to bring you back, but you had your own ideas of what you wanted to do for therapy, and that involved this, right?
Yes, it did. Well, the piano's always been very important to me in my life, but as I came back out of my accident, it motivated me even more. Music has always been very inspirational. I think I can speak for a lot of people. But it really helped me to refocus my mind and increase my patience during that very difficult time in my life.
You used an interesting word there, which is patience, because it's so slow as things come back, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so the music just sort of mellowed you a little bit and also gave you patience during recovery.
It did. I chose a very difficult piece, an etude by Chopin, and at that time it sounded so hard to me that I wanted to, you know, develop something that was very difficult for me to do. And it sounded like it would be a good piece to choose, and as I did, I learned of the history of this piece and realized Chopin was kind of going through the same thing, same emotions I was.
4 years of recovery. Graduated from Weber State.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Play the piano in the talent competition at Miss America, I presume.
Yes.
Okay, so we will all root for Miss Utah, and as we go to commercial break, and we have some good stories when we come back, but as we go to commercial break, here's Amy with the Chopin Etude.
Thank you.
All right.